This time we are making this cute little bag. We are using t-shirt yarn and a very large crochet hook. You need t-shirt yarn. You can either buy it. I have some suggestions in the video description. Or cut up a couple of old t-shirts yourself. Then you need a large crochet hook. The size depends on how thick your t-shirt yarn is. These are between 6 and 12 millimeter. So basically just use a large crochet hook. We start here at the bottom by making a chain and then crocheting round both sides of the chain and then continuing to go round. To start with, make a very tight slip knot, so that it doesn't start unraveling. And then chain so many stitches that you get the width of the bag you want, plus 1 for turning. I'm chaining 14. This kind of a yarn is a bit different to crochet with. So you may need to adjust the way you hold the crochet hook. I have 14 now, and then we make 1 single crochet using American crochet terms into each stitch or this side of the chain, starting with the second stitch from the hook. So a single crochet into each one. And try not to make them too tight. One into each stitch until you get to the end of it. Now I have 1 single crochet in each stitch, and then I'll make 2 more into the last stitch here so that we get to the other side of the chain, and another one. So that's 3 single crochets in the last stitch. And then we go to the other end by crocheting 1 single crochet into each of the loops on the other side of that same chain. So here, and the next loop, this way we won't need to sew anything at the bottom of the bag. So 1 into each until you come to the other end again. There, and then 1 more stitch into that same last one here. So now we've gone round once. Then we finish off this round by making a slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made here, and a slip stitch, so just pull straight through like that. And now we'll continue going round and round without increasing any, so we get that bag shape. Each new round starts by chaining 1. There. Then the first single crochet goes into that same stitch where we started from. There. Then 1 single crochet into every stitch. And go to the other end, and then we'll look at that. And when you come to the other end of the piece, you continue the same way, that you have 1 stitch in every stitch, and don't increase anywhere. And this is what's going to make the form of the bag. So it can be hard to get the hook through at times. So also here just one into each stitch around here. So we see that it turns like this here. And then keep going like this until you come to where we started with the chain stitch. Now I'm back at where we started. Here's the chain we made, and you make the last single crochet into the stitch before that, not into the same anymore, otherwise it will start to grow. And now again a slip stitch in there. So now we have done this much, and we continue the same for quite a while now. Each round is the same. Chain 1, a single crochet into the same place where we started. This way the size will stay the same, and then you just go round the whole way again. 1 single crochet into every stitch, and also at the end here, so 1 stitch into every stitch right round. So here again, and again don't make a stitch into that or it starts to go wider. Slip stitch, then chain 1, now a stitch into that same stitch, so a single crochet, and this is how you continue, just going round and going from one round to the next. Then continue as much as you want for the height. I have 9 rounds here. It's now like this here. So just keep going until we come to here. Now I'm on the round where I start the handles, and that's made simply by leaving a gap in here. And I have started the round here and made 4 single crochets here. And then I will want 4 at the other end here too. With this size of a bag, with this size of yarn and stitches, I will leave a hole for the handle here with 7 stitches here. So what that means, I'm now going to chain 7 and then skip 7 and then continue crocheting on the other side there. Before you start the chaining, it's good to tighten that a bit so you won't get sort of a hole in here. So tighten that and then chain. So there's 1, and then apart from the start, don't chain too tight, not too small stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm skipping the other side and count these here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm skipping those and then continuing in the next one, and again a fairly tight stitch here, just an ordinary single crochet. So that leaves us a gap in here, and then I continue the single crochets across to the other side, so and start a chain there at the same spot. So until here. With this one, that's 7 on this here side. So I had 1, 2, 7. And then I again need to chain 7. I tighten this here again a bit, and first chain 1 and then chain 6 more, not very tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then skip 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in here. This side leaves me just 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then I finish off with a slip stitch just the same. And then what we need to do is 1 round, otherwise the same as before, but we also have a single crochet in each of these here chain stitches. I started the round just the same as before, and then now that I'm here at the handle, I'm now using this chain here. And make it so that you only have that 1 loop under the hook. So you get a larger stitch here. Here. And so on, right round again. 1 stitch into every stitch. So it looks like this here. So I'm well on this round and continue this. There's 1 more chain here. And then straight on from that to the end. It's quite hard going with this big hook and thick yarn. Right, slip stitch. Now if your t-shirt yarn is fairly light, you might need a second round, but with this here thick one it would be so big that it would be hard to hold on to. So now I'll just make the finishing round. The last round will look like this here to finish it off, and what we do is simply making loose slip stitches right round. So pull the yarn a bit loose there and go into the first stitch there and a slip stitch through, and again pull a bit, and like this right round. So straight away you pull so that leaves sort of stitches sideways on it. There. And pull and a slip stitch. And like this, continue the whole round. So here I have gone right round, and then finish it off by making 1 more slip stitch into the first slip stitch, and then cutting the yarn. And to fasten off, you are best taking a smaller crochet hook and passing the yarn ends through the stitches, and you need to pass them quite some distance so they don't come out. So just through the different loops on the wrong side like this. I'll still continue it until about here before I cut it. And here we are. Now it's done and you can start using it.